Hey guys, Stephen here, back with another video. Manchester City are through to the Champions League semi-finals yet again. I feel good today. I feel absolutely alive. The first day I've not felt jet lagged, and it's because of City last night being absolutely brilliant. Loads to talk about today. We're going back to Madrid again. This time it's going to be Real Madrid after we disposed of Atletico, and I cannot wait. I want to say quickly before I get into this video, download OneFootball right now. Do me a massive favour. Scan that QR code next to my face or click the link in the description. It'll help you get the best app on the market, bar absolutely none. If you want all your Manchester City information, all your stats, all your football goodness, download it right now. It's the best place to keep up to date with all the stats about City players. And of course, you can get all the transfer goodness from across the world of football. Not just Manchester City, you can follow other teams if you want to as well. And you can get all the breaking news as it happens. And of course, as well, it helps support my channel a little bit, which really would mean the world. So if you don't mind, do me a massive favour, scan that QR code, get your phone out, do that, or click the link in the description to get OneFootball. What are you waiting for? Do it now. I'm going to start here with the only place I really feel like I should start. Okay, there's loads to start, but I want to start with the place that I want to. I put world-class Stones because he is world-class. John Stones last night walked away from that game with the Man of the Match award. The Barnsley Beckenbauer, the man who was on the verge of leaving Manchester City 2 years ago, has completed the most remarkable turnaround and once again proven that he's quite possibly, and I don't say this lightly, he might even be City's best centre-back right now. Given the fact that we've got Ake, Laporte and Diaz, that is an absolutely huge claim. I can't prove it either way, but last night he was absolutely phenomenal, as he was last season when it mattered. He's had to be really patient this season due to the form of Diaz and Laporte, but John Stones, whenever he stepped in, has been absolutely remarkably good. If anything, he's probably been underplayed. He hasn't deserved to not be the main guy every single week, but that's just the levels that Manchester City have, and it's still testament to his ability, his growth as a person, as a player, and his maturity, that even when he does step in, if he's not in the side, he's still amazingly good. He's honestly, last night he was impeccable. He's a physical monster. I'd go recommend my friend 𝐿𝐿𝐻𝐿𝐻's article. I'll link to it in the description below, or at least on Twitter. I've quote tweeted it. If I forget to do it, 𝐿𝐿𝐻, sorry. But he wrote a great article today, essentially giving John Stones the credit that he deserves. I had no idea just how statistically superior John Stones is to pretty much every centre-back in Europe. He is by far the best in the air in the whole of Europe. I thought Van Dijk was good. Nope, Stones is like 7% better when it comes to winning aerial duels. He's the best at Man City, he's the best in the Premier League, and he's the best in Europe in the air, which is remarkable for a guy who was once known as a little bit weak, a little bit soft, but now he's turned into this absolute physical monster, and I love it, because he deserves the credit that he's getting. And we already know he's an incredible ball carrier. His progressive passes are wonderful. He's great on the ball. He's got a good turn of base. He's physically phenomenal. He's essentially the complete centre-back. And this is what John Stones has become. He deserves to be playing every single week, and I love him. I know that may come at the cost of one of the other two, but John Stones right now is playing at the very peak of his powers, and he is literally world-class. Maybe one day we will give him the credit that he deserves broadly as an English football community, because I think people don't realise just how good he is these days. The reputation that follows him around is not fair at all. And he's only 27. You look at people like Thiago Silva now playing at 37 years old in the Premier League and absolutely strolling it. He's a very similar footballer in terms of his grace and elegance, John Stones. He's probably got an awful long time left. He's had a couple of great seasons now. I would not be surprised if we're looking at John Stones at 35 and he's still a Rolls Royce of a defender. Maybe we're just getting started with him. I love him. I'm so happy for him. Nathan Ake as well. I put Ake as it. And do you know what? He's yet another example of the need for patience with the players that we sign. I remember a lot of people, not everyone of course, but a lot of people saying that we bought another overpriced, useless defender that we didn't need. It's almost like Cheeky and co actually know what they're doing. It's almost like Pep permitted this signing because he's a very good player. It's almost like maybe this board do know a thing or two about a player, and if they get a little bit of luck and a chance to settle, they will show their worth when they eventually get games. You will struggle anywhere in the world to find a better collection of centre-backs that Man City have got, and to find a guy as good as Nathan Ake, who's so willing to be our fourth choice centre-back and step in at left-back every now and then and be this good. We are incredibly blessed. I don't sometimes think we realise just how good that we have got it. It is an incredible honour to have players of his quality willing to step in and be that good. And last night when he came on, he changed the game in terms of the battle that we were going for. Him and Fernandinho, I give Fernandinho a quick shout out, of course, as well, given the fact that he's announced he's leaving. He was excellent when he came on. And Ake in particular was a physical monster. His reading of the game, his defensive instincts, and of course his leadership. Well, it's no surprise that Bournemouth fans consider him their greatest ever player of the club's history, because you can see that quality, and he absolutely deserves the credit he's getting right now. Nathan Ake, baby. Nathan Ake, whoa. It's just me who's going to sing it, but I will always sing it. The thing what I'll talk about next is that we belong. And what I mean by that is that we belong at this level of the Champions League now. For years and years, you've heard about how Manchester City are bottle job merchants in this, and that we don't have the pedigree in the European competition. And of course, I guess there's an argument to suggest that if you don't win it, you've not got the pedigree, full stop. Until you've done that, you can't claim to be a European giant. I get it. I get that argument. But to say that, to put it that reductively, would be ignore the very obvious progress that Manchester City have made in this competition. On screen right now is a graphic that my good friend Adam from Stat City posted last night. And it's had me thinking for a while, actually, about how Man City have progressed further and further in the Champions League over the years. You look at the group stages of the first 2 years, as Premier League champions, by the way, under Mancini. We could never get out of the group stage of Mancini. And we had a team good enough. We had Aguero, we had Yaya, we had Vinny, we had Silva. We were good enough. We didn't get a single win in the 2012-13 season. That's not to dig out Mancini, it's to show how far we've come. And then under Pellegrini, it was mainly second round knockouts, and then of course that rare semi-final. But under Guardiola, second round, we've had our disappointments, don't get me wrong, but it's been quarterfinals, runners-up, and now at very least semi-finals. You cannot ignore the progress Man City are making in this competition. We clearly are a very serious Champions League side these days. And if we get to the final again, is anyone going to be surprised? We've already proven once we can beat Real Madrid. I know even though it won't be easy given Benzema's quality, City probably go into this tie slight favourites, which says it all once again how much we've got through that mental block that we used to have. Of course, it's where City should be, but it does take time. It does take learning how to be there, not just as players and as a manager, but as a club. And Guardiola has taught us how to be winners, how to be monsters in this competition. I know we've not won it yet, but you cannot deny the progress that City have made in this competition when you look at that run of progress. We are a serious team now, and people are scared of us, and rightfully so. We are no longer the great pretenders in this competition. We are a team that can get to the very late stages very regularly, and I love to see that, because eventually we will get there and we will take that next step, and I trust these players. Don't know if it'll be this season, but it will happen eventually, believe. The fourth thing I want to talk about roughly comes off that is I put Steely City, because honestly, this City side is absolutely monstrous in their mentality. So many people last night were tweeting saying City were going to bottle it because we don't have the mentality of a team that can hold out in a battle. Where have you guys been for the past few years? How have you not learned that Manchester City side are a different beast to the one they used to be? Since last season, the answers were there in abundance. When, of course, we stood up to an incredibly battling PSG side, and we were defensively monstrous. Of course, as well, we stood up to a sprightly, lively, talented Dortmund and showed our character. And even in the past, previous to that, we went away to the Bernabeu and we're excellent. This City side loves a battle, and we're getting better. Maybe it's the Ruben Diaz impact. Since Diaz has come in, he's given us a steely determination that's helped this group get more and more tight-knit. Or maybe it's the fact that this side is growing up together. Maybe the fact that it's a side absolutely moved on from our previous legends who maybe had their own personal hang-ups. I loved Vinny, I loved Silva, I loved Sergio, but these players maybe had their own Champions League hang-ups. These are the younger next generation who don't really feel those nerves, who are very much part of Manchester City's present and future. So maybe this City side has just grown up together, but whatever it is, you cannot deny that this City side has balls of steel. They are absolutely solid. They are warriors. They work incredibly hard, and I love the focus with which they commit themselves to it. You cannot deny the fortitude these players have got. We are 3/4 of the way through of that horrible, disgusting Atletico Liverpool run now, and so far the results have been very good. Obviously, it could affect us because they're getting tired, and I'll go into that next, but you cannot deny the commitment from these players. It's been remarkable that we've got so far the results that we'd wanted and would accepted. You want to win against Liverpool, but we nearly did, and we got through against Atletico. It's been remarkable. But finally, at what cost? We may have won the war, but at what cost? It looks like physically and mentally this may have taken a bit of a toll on us, and I am nervous ahead of the weekend. I can't deny that, unfortunately. We are absolutely potentially fucked with injuries. Kyle Walker off. Cancelo now suspended, Kevin De Bruyne looking tired and leggy, and a few other players looking absolutely dead on their feet last night. It's a very good chance that we go into this game against Liverpool at the weekend with a whole bunch of key players out. It's a very, very good chance. And that's just how it's going to be, unfortunately. When you play games of this magnitude, this frequently, this close together, you are going to have some losses. I'm hoping we get good news today on Walker and De Bruyne in particular. It could just be that it's precautionary, that the players know their own schedule, they know their own limits, and sometimes you just go, nope, I'm coming off. Sometimes that is all it is. Guardiola did say we're in big trouble. Hopefully it's not serious trouble. Hopefully it's just one game that we miss out. Either way, it doesn't bode well for the weekend. Liverpool were fortunate enough to be able to rest some players. They basically put a B team out against Benfica last night, and they went through comfortably. They're going to be rested. We're going to be tired and exhausted. But we're Man City, as I talked about a few minutes ago. We are steely. We are determined. And even if we have to change a few players, I trust them to be absolute warriors and focused. If 𝐌𝐞𝐫𝐻𝐶 has to come in, I trust them to battle. If we have to play Fernandinho, I trust him to be a leader. I don't care who it is, but I do know that this squad will not give up and they will give their absolute all because we're Man City and we are fucking brilliant. Guys, thanks for watching this video. I'm absolutely on cloud nine. Go watch my match reaction from last night. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Big love to all the names currently scrolling across the bottom of Patreons and members. These are my lifeblood, as is my Patreon producer, Scott Denemy. Thank you so much. And we'll be back later on for a big old live chat with some of the regulars on this channel. Asan, hopefully Mulv as well, maybe Andrew Detmer. But either way, it'll be a big chat and it'll be good fun about City last night. I cannot wait to do it live around 5-6 p.m. Thank you for watching this. Come on, City.